Hello, and the Dark Empath. Welcome to my channel. Those of you who have been subscribing to my channel, thank you. Everybody who's looking at my content, everybody who's been subscribing and liking and watching and sharing, thank you. Thumbs up to you. You're awesome. I appreciate that. And those of you who haven't, those of you who just kind of showing up to the channel for the first time, welcome. And do subscribe to that channel. Once you subscribe and get notified by push notification bell when I post new content, post new readings. I read in reversals, and time is fluid and gender is fluid when I read. So if a read reversal situation doesn't make sense to your situation, kind of just let it go by. Same with the gender energy and also with time. If it doesn't make sense to your situation, just let it go by. It could be someone else's reading because it's kind of a general energy. I see the numerological sequences. When I see them, I'll call them out. And if you see them, comment if you want to. Also look them up because you might see something you wouldn't see otherwise if you look them up. Right, 101. So I'm using this Urban Crow Oracle today. I wanted to come out 3 at a time. You know what? I'm taking it. Because there's something big here. Something big coming. Obviously, there's a big message right here. We have Wrath, Luck, and Bond. It's like, this to me feels like a trauma bond that someone made with someone to secure themselves good fortune in the future. Like, someone was like bullying someone, like to make them bond with them, so then they can secure luck in the future and get themselves good fortune in the future. So 1, 2, 3, it comes out like that. On the bottom of the deck is perspective. So maybe this has to do with perspective. Okay, I feel like this is something that someone's finding out about, or something that's, pardon me, confirmation. It's been happening, or someone knows about, or people know about happened. Perspective has it's hanging. It's like the hanged one, or the hanged man in the tarot. So it's like, this is the what. This is like, basically, it's the whole, it is what it is. Like, people know this, you know this, it's in the upright reading, it's like something that you're aware of. You might not be able to do anything about this, or someone else might not be able to do anything about this if this is their reading. If this is someone else finding out someone's been or has bullied them into a trauma bond to like keep themselves having the good fortune come in, like a golden goose, you know, like can attach themselves to your energy or your good fortune or your whatever you're doing, and they kind of like harvest off of you for like ever without you even knowing about it, maybe like parasitic. So maybe that's happened, or maybe that's still happening, and you're trying to figure your way out of it. The perspective in this situation, it's like, if you can take perspective on this, you can see this. It's like 2020. It's like the vision is 2020. Maybe you didn't see what was going on for the longest time, and maybe you didn't know what was going on. Like, say you didn't know what your relationships were trauma bonds. You didn't know that the people who were supporting you were trying to act like they were supporting you, were just kind of trying to bully you to get you to give them whatever it was that was giving you good fortune, whatever it was that you were going to get in the future that was your good fortune. They were bullying you into giving it to them, and to sustaining them with your good fortune. Like, and it's the fact that it's like this. It's like it's cradled in the middle of it. So like, they will foster this with bullying, foster this trauma bond to keep their luck. But this is the thing about it. Without this bond and without this bullying, there is no luck for these individuals. They actually need to bully you and need you to trauma bond with them to keep their good fortune coming. Because without you responding appropriately to their bullying and responding appropriately to the requirements for a trauma bond, they can't get you to give them anything that would be beneficial to them. Like, at all. So perspective taking, if these individuals have done this for a long time and you're becoming aware of it and you're like taking steps to stop them from doing it, you know, it's like a hindsight thing. That you'll see that maybe you weren't aware, maybe you weren't really able to protect yourself, or maybe you weren't so keen or really good at understanding what people can do, manipulation. Like, someone could, or a group of people could go really, really far to secure their good fortune by bullying someone into a trauma bond forever. Like, perspective in this situation is that, like, if this has happened to you, or if this has been happening to you or someone you know, you can sort of learn from it. You'd have to learn from it. You'd have to figure out a way to make sense of the situation. Because sometimes things like this, like are you know, over the orchestrated thing, like it's been set up, or if it was set up, it was set up to be one of those things that doesn't end, like it doesn't come to an end, and it's almost like you'd have to go in the hanged man or in the hanged one and take perspective of your experience within the thing and think, how am I contributing to my own experience here, and if not, how can I kind of like what if anything am I doing to contribute to whatever this is that I'm going through, like whatever it is that these individuals have done or are doing to you that is taking your good fortune from you. Like how did you contribute? Like how did you allow that to happen? Because if you allowed it to happen once, you might allow it to happen again. You might be able to stop it, or you might not be able to. So it depends on how good this situation is. Depends on how good these people are, group of people are at doing this thing. So taking perspective on it to say like, okay, this is something that you might not be able to do as much about as you want to. Risk. Okay, yes, yeah. Something's risky. I feel like it's a risk to even take perspective here. Like it's a risk to even sit and contemplate what is reality for yourself and what reality is, or this could be someone else, how scary it could be or how scary it must be to actually sit and contemplate the reality of the situation, because it's scary and it's really risky to sit and put the two and two together to say, this is what these people have done to me, this is what these people will continue to do to me, and this is what I have to do to make sense of it. And it's risky to sit and like even to sit and like talk to yourself, or to go up for a walk and just kind of chat to yourself, or go anywhere and try to make sense of anything, is like it becomes that you're not allowed to, anything you say is scrutinized to the point of no return. Like that's how it becomes that you're being manipulated into feeling your worth going away from you, and your future, your fortune, your positive aspects of self going away from you. And seven, that might not even be what's really going on. There might be a lot of like mental manipulation where people are trying to get assets or trying to get access to assets that maybe they got before. This could be a lot of maybe you're, like I said, maybe you're aware of it or becoming aware of it and pull yourself out of it. People may be sort of like trying to figure out if they can still get you bonded to them somehow. Like the idea of the narcissistic trauma bond, a person will, or a group of people will try to pull on whatever that they can remember that got you before, emotionally attached to them, and they'll go at it and they'll try to figure out if you can still be provoked in that way. And you might be able to be provoked in that way. That might be something you can't avoid. I'm feeling like this is something that people have learned and studied this process for a long time, and they're trying to figure out if there's like some kind of formula to it that they can kind of kickstart there being a whole bunch of benefits coming to them from someone that they used to do this to, or they have been doing this to. The wrath in the beginning of it is like they're going to be bullying, or they're going to be really, really angry, and you're like supposed to get really scared or upset at that. You're supposed to need to give your fortune to someone else to take care of it. It's like they're going to bully you. It's like they're going to financially bully you. They're going to financially abuse you out of having your own ability to count your own, like literally count your own pennies, like you'd be having to be forced to count on your fingers, because having your thoughts in your head would be too threatening at that point. That part of me, you'd be coming too close to the truth of what has been happening to you, and what you might actually have the power to stop it or change it or modify it, or at the very least acknowledge its experience for yourself. Acknowledge that for you, to know that that's happened to you and this has happened to you, and it's known that it happened. Y'all, perspective is a risk. Are you willing to take the risk? Because this looks like a trauma bond, for like a permanent trauma bond. Like you'd have to be really, really desperate, or really, really strong, or really, really, I don't know. You'd have to really put your effort in to break out of this. Like this is supposed to be something you can't get out of. You can't get out of that because you're supposed to be emotionally attached to the abuse. Literally, that's what it is I'm going to abuse you and make you emotionally attached to it, and then I'll get my good fortune from doing that to you. And this is how the operant conditioning works. A person or group of people can operant condition a person to create them to do this obsessive compulsive behavior to themselves or someone else. Like I was thinking, I was picking up on that. They'll do this rage, at you, even subliminally at you, and then they'll make you enraged, and then they'll say you're the one. I think I said this before in that last channel I had. I was talking about darvo, where you know, what is it? I forget what it is exactly, but it's like it's like perpetrating